Hello, my name is Rachel, and we're going to be doing a small flow for yoga today. Nothing crazy, nothing really advanced in it. You can use this sequence for any morning when you're getting up, or if you want to do it in the afternoon after a hard day, or anything like that. Just use it whenever it works for you. And a lot of these items that I'm posting, you can do these anytime you want to. So just always remember, you can always go back to these videos and reuse them. They're on my YouTube. And if you have questions on how to access that or go back to those, just let me know, and I'll keep reminding people as we move through this. So we're just going to start with inviting our breath to the practice. Hands can be palms facing up definitely, but keep your arms relaxed. Roll the shoulders back up and down, and with the eye gaze forward. So we're just going to take a moment and we're going to invite our breath to the practice. So breathing in through the nose. Fill in the lungs as much as possible, and then exhale. And exhale is going to be longer than your inhale. And you just want to continue with that breathing cycle. Breath is one of the most important things in yoga, guys. It's probably the most important thing. It really helps get the oxygen moving through the body. It also helps relax the mind, and it becomes part of your meditation also. So just always know that, if you can focus on the breath, that's going to help you tremendously throughout your journey and through yoga. Relax the fingers, shoulders are down, and we're just going to allow the chin to drop down to the chest. And you're going to feel this stretch between the shoulder blades, up into the neck. Just let gravity work its magic here. Very slowly lift the eye gaze up to the ceiling, and you're going to lift the chin up also. So getting a big expansion through the neck, through the collarbones. Shoulders are pulling back and down. And then bring the eye gaze back forward. Go ahead and drop your right ear to your right shoulder, and then just take your right hand and you're just going to gently pull on that head. Now this shoulder is going to pull down away from the ear, and that's going to deepen that stretch. Now go ahead and release, and I want you to take the right arm and I want you to bring around, and I want you to drop the shoulder away from the ear, and then drop your ear to your shoulder. And then lift up, and let's just do the other side. So drop the left ear to the left shoulder, and then go ahead, take that hand and just gently press it down. We're not wanting to pull too hard, and then this shoulder's going to come down. So really lengthening out through the neck, and hopefully releasing some tension. Now go ahead and release that hand from the head. You're going to take your arm around. You're going to pull it across. Take a hold of it with this hand over here, and then just drop the head to one side. And that's going to help open through the shoulder and up into the neck. Lift everything up, release the arms and shake it out. Release the fingers. Now I want you to take your left hand, I want you to bring it on the outside of the right knee. You're going to press in that knee. You're going to twist through that thoracic region. And you're going to roll that right shoulder back and look over. Your eye gaze is going to be towards that back wall. Again, we're just starting out really slow, very gentle. Nothing sudden as far as movements. And then go ahead and release and switch sides. So go ahead, place that other hand on the opposite knee. And I want you to roll that shoulder back, look over. Breathing in, press in just a little bit more. Guys, that lower back's pulling forward, that belly's pulling towards the spine. And release. Take a big deep breath in. Arms are going to sweep up. I want you to press the palms together, reach for the sky, and turn your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Fill those lungs as you exhale. Reach forward, tipping from those hips. And I want you to bring the hands down to your mat. Now reach through the crown of the head. Now this tip is from the hips. So what we're trying to prevent here, guys, is to have this roundness in the back. We reach up, we keep everything nice and long, and you tip forward. And this is too much. You bring those hands behind you, and that's going to help keep that back nice and long, and then you can press forward. If you feel comfortable, though, go ahead and reach forward with those hands. The heart is pulling past the shins. Breathe in, walk those hands in towards the knees, and I want you to go ahead and press up. And we're going to come on to all fours, and we're going to move into child's pose. So for child's pose, your toes are going to be together, your knees are going to be about the same distance as your mat. You can play with that, whatever's comfortable for you. Hands just underneath the shoulders, spread those fingers, drop the hips back and down, and then just come into your child's pose. You're going to start reaching out with those long arms and those long fingers in the forehead, and the armpits are going to move down towards the mat. Highly encourage that you move around in this pose. This is not a static environment, guys. Everybody thinks that yoga is like very static poses, and it is not. There's much movement involved with it. So you can shift the hips side to side. You can reach with the arms, whatever you feel here, but I want you to just be gentle and try not to force anything. Breathe in. I want you to lift the chest just slightly, and then you're going to take one hand, you're going to place it on top of the other hand. And then when you lower back down, your opposite hip is going to pull away. So it's like your fingertips and your hips are moving away from each other. And go ahead and bring that eye gaze back down to the mat. Breathing in, feeling that stretch through the side of the body. See if you can relax through your shoulders and through your face. Breathe in and lift that chest slightly. You're going to switch sides. So take the other hand on top of the opposite hand. Pull the hips away from the fingertips. Big stretch through the side. All right, guys, breathe in. Bring both hands back in front. I want you to shift the weight forward and come onto all fours. Now, hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to move into puppy pose, kind of the pose that I've enjoyed lately, just because I got a little bit better understanding of it. So your hips and knees should be pretty much in alignment in puppy pose. And what you're going to do is you're going to walk the hands out and drop the chest down, keeping the butt in the air, hence like a little puppy. And this is going to give you a huge stretch through the chest, through the shoulders. And come back on my mat just a little bit. Oh yeah, much better. See if you can relax the arms down to the mat. Allow the chest to just gently pull down. Your belly's pulling into your spine also. That's going to help deepen the stretch into the abdomen. Breathe in to lift. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Reset back into tabletop, knees underneath the hips. And I want you to brace the belly. So try not to be sagging just yet. I want you to have that nice neutral spine. Reach for the crown of the head. And we're going to move into cow and cat. Inhale into cow. You're going to lift the eye gaze forward. The pelvis is going to tilt and you're going to get that arch in the back. Exhale. You're going to press into the mat, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and you're going to spread out the shoulder blades, and you're going to get a roundness in the back. Inhale, back into cow. Exhale, back into cat. So we're working on our spine mobility here, guys. Spine health is amazing. It's going to be so beneficial as you get older. Breathe in and exhale, and tuck. Give yourselves one more or two more at your own pace. Pressing those tops of the feet into the mat. And exhale. All right, guys, let's bring yourselves back into our tabletop. Go ahead and extend one leg out, pressing through that heel, just getting a good stretch through the calf here. And switch sides. Press through that heel. All right, guys, bring both knees back down to the mat. And we are just going to move into some hip flexor stretches, a little upper body movement, get some mobility through the shoulders. So we're going to stay in tabletop. And I want you to take the leg closest to the computer or TV or whatever you're watching on, and you're going to step it on the outside of that front hand. Now I like to tuck my toe in the back, lift the knee up, and just lengthen out through my legs, and that's going to help drop those hips down. So this front toe is going to be out at a 45, shoulder is going to be inside the knee. Now guys, this is a great stretch through the hips. And you just have to breathe. So every breath I take, my hips will start sinking down just a little bit more, and it feels really, really nice. Again, we're going to keep this fairly low-key today. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. I'm not going to go too deep. You can always take it down to the forearms, but today we're just going to keep everything pretty simple. So breathing in, I want you to go ahead and walk that foot back in, and I want you to frame the hands around that foot. And so we're going to lift up through the upper body. So think about lifting as one unit, bringing the hands to the hips and pulling the shoulders back and down. And your elbows are going to shoot straight back, and you're just pressing in to that front foot, pressing into that heel, and keeping the belly nice and braced. Now we're going to inhale to lift the arms up overhead, reach in for the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down for cactus pose. Inhale to reach up, reach those fingertips, and then bring it back down. A little bit of arch in the back. Let's do it a couple more times. Reach nice and high. Exhale, bring it back down. One more time. Breathe in, reach, and exhale. Pull it down. So from here, I want you to go ahead, reach up one more time, tip from the hip, and I want you to bring the hands to frame that front foot. Now, shift the hips back, shift your weight back, and you're going to lengthen out the front leg. Now, what we're looking for here, guys, is that nice long spine. If you're having trouble and you're doing this number, I want you to lift up and just tip from the hip. All right, so we're trying to, again, keep the spine nice and long, and that's going to help keep the spine safe. It's going to help stretch through the hamstring, and if you can keep that back nice and long, go ahead and drop those fingertips down to the floor. Now lift the toe, goes deeper into the calf, or you can point the toe. Whatever's feeling good, guys, and that's going to get into some area there around the shin and everything that's usually kind of a hard place to stretch. Lift it up, and then lower it down. Now from here, go ahead and walk it forward, and I want you to bring the hands back inside that foot, and then you're just going to take that front leg, you're going to swing it back around, and I want you to reset your tabletop position. Big deep breath in, brace that belly again, neutral spine, long, long neck, and you're going to take that back foot, and you're going to step it on the outside of that back hand. And again, I tuck the toe, lift the knee, and I'll lengthen out my stride just a little bit more. This toe is going to turn out at that 45. And I just want you to breathe. Just give yourselves a couple of moments here to sink the hips and get that nice stretch through that hip flexor there. All right, guys, from here, I want you to walk that foot in. You're going to frame the front foot with the hands. You're going to lift the chest. Hands come to hips, and I want you to lift the upper body. Now, those elbows are going to shoot straight back. Chest is going to open up. Shoulders are going to pull down. Inhale to lift the hands up overhead. Exhale to pull the hands, elbows down into cactus. Eye gaze is going to be towards that ceiling edge. You pull down. Reach the hands up and then pull it down. Let's do it again. Inhale to lift. Exhale. See if you can give yourself just a little bit of a back bend. You're pressing to the top of that back foot. Guys, toes are not curled. Big deep breath in and then exhale. Now go ahead, lift the arms up. Reach for the sky. Tip from the hip. I want you to frame that front foot. And then from here, you're just going to bring the hands inside, and then you're going to sweep that back leg around, and you're going to come back into tabletop. So let's go ahead and slowly move down to a seated position, and we're going to work on some more hips. You're going to have your feet about hip width apart. So if I turned, you're basically going to look like this, all right? Your hands are going to come just behind the hips. You're going to roll the shoulders back. I want you to take one foot, I want you to flex it, cross it over that knee, and then this knee right here is going to press down. Now, I'm going to turn back to the side just to show you. You're going to breathe in, you're going to lift the hips up off the floor, you're going to bring the hips towards that front heel, and you're going to sit those butt cheeks back down on the floor. You may need to adjust just a little bit, but from here, this is where it gets pretty interesting. Press that knee down. Just using the knee itself, not your hands. I want you to look up to the sky, lift the chest, and as you exhale, I want you to bring the chin down towards the chest. And it's a very, very subtle movement that makes such a huge difference in this pose. Once you drop that chin down, you're going to feel that all the way down into the lower back, into the glutes, all the way up into those outer hamstring areas. Go ahead and lift the eye gaze up. I want you to inhale, lift the hips, exhale, sit back, and I want you to switch sides. So again, feet are hip width apart. I want you to flex the foot, cross it over, and bring it into that figure four, all right? So from the side view, hands are going to be just behind the hips. You're going to inhale to lift the hips. You're going to shift the hips forward and come into a little bit deeper stretch. It's going to decrease that angle in the hips, and so it's going to help push open the knee and get a bigger stretch. So inhale to lift the eye gaze up towards the ceiling, lift the chest, and exhale, drop the chin down to the chest, and feel that subtle movement make a huge difference in this movement. Think about bringing that upper back forward. All right, guys, eye gaze comes forward. I want you to lift up, shift the hips back again, and then just come out of this pose. And we're just going to move into cobbler pose or seated star, whatever you want to call it. So soles of the feet are going to be together. Those knees are going to drop out to the side. I'm going to show it from the side because I want, again, flat back, really focusing on tipping from those hips. Big breath in, exhale, and you're just going to come forward and think about your feet opening up like a book. Breathe in, lift up just a little bit, and see if you can come forward just a little bit more. So those elbows can be on the knees if you want to press them down just a little bit, or on the shins, wherever they're fitting at. And then go ahead and lift back up. And rock side to side. Let each knee touch the floor. Just get a little massage through the buttocks area. And then just find the stillness again. And we're just gonna move now and just do an easy seated half lotus. And we're gonna go into a very big shoulder stretch here. So you're gonna take one hand, you're gonna lift it up, and you're gonna place that hand between the shoulder blades. Guys, this is a great option. You can always just take a hold of that elbow and just gently pull. But if you choose, you can take that other arm, wrap it around, and just bring the hands together. So I'm gonna turn around where y'all can see this. Bring the palms together or touching the fingers, guys. If you want to just take it to just holding your shirt, that's okay. But I want you to open up that chest. You want to C shape just a little bit. It's going to go into that tricep a little bit deeper and down the side of the body. Lift up, and then you're just going to switch sides. So guys, there is so much I would love to do, but I'm trying to keep the videos short for a little bit just because they're easier to deal with. I might post a longer one later on this week. Big deep breath and lift that chest, exhale. But here you could, fold forward again, tipping from those hips, and that's gonna kind of engage the core a little bit more, and it's gonna just really deepen everything on that one, on that pose. All right, guys, go ahead and release. I want you to shake it out, and we're just gonna bring it down onto our backs, and we're gonna bring it back to extended butterfly. So soles of the feet together, knees are gonna fall out. Just roll yourselves down. Take a hold of the forearms or the elbows, and just allow your body to open up here. Knees are gonna fall out to the side. Elbows are opening up. If this is beginning to feel a little stressful on the shoulders, bring one hand to the belly button, one hand to the chest, and allow those shoulders to fall up towards the ears. Relax through the back. Relax the face. Got the heart rate. Slow down a bit. So think about your movements. Every movement that you make is going to be super slow. Think slow motion. So in other words, you're moving with purpose. You're inviting that breath back. Very, very easy. I want you to bring those knees together. I want you to grab the backs of the hamstrings and pull the legs in, and then gently just round out the back and bring those knees into the chest. Rock side to side, and feel that massage on your lower back. Move the knees in a circle. Go one direction, and then I want you to go the other direction. Now we're going to finish this with what I call rock and roll. You'll take either hold of the outside of the shins or behind the kneecaps, and I want you to roll up, sit up, and roll down. If you can do this controlled, or if you want to, you can really get crazy and add a little momentum. And then give me one more big one. Roll yourselves all the way up, cross the legs in front of you, and bring it back to your easy seated cross-legged position. Bring the arms in front, roll the shoulders, shrug them up by the ears, roll them down. All right, guys, very slowly roll the neck. We're gonna finish the way we started. Give yourselves a nice big circle with the head.
go the other direction.
And then bring your eye gaze back to the front. Take a big deep breath in. Arms are going to reach. You're going to reach for the sky. Press the palms together. As you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Guys, thank y'all so much. Really appreciate you guys hanging with me as I work through these videos. One thing I always say, I want y'all to know, is that we're very, very appreciative of all of our people, members of Gold's Gym. We're very, very thankful for you guys. So we miss you very, very much. I want you to take this energy that you created in this last 15, however long it's been, minutes, and I want you to carry it through the rest of your day. So be positive, guys. It's going to be fine, and we're going to see this through stronger and better. So we'll see you next time. Thank y'all.